Hi, friends. Oh my gosh, it has literally been almost 2 months since I've gotten to vlog. I have just gotten my voice back, and even then, you can hear it's not that great. So, for those of you who missed it, I got bronchitis the first week of December. My husband had the flu, and then I got bronchitis within 24 hours of each other. It was great. My house was just a pathetic mess for about a week. And then my bronchitis lasted until about the week of Christmas. I mean, it didn't get better, but it got worse, and I got laryngitis the week of Christmas. So then I really couldn't vlog, and it sucked because I actually couldn't even speak. Like, I was squeaking. It was so bad. So literally all I've done for about almost 2 months now is read, which has been great, but it has sucked because I haven't been able to vlog and share the books that I love except through like Instagram and Twitter posts, which is cool, but y'all know how much I love vlogging. Anyway, so I'm going to try my best to catch up with my vlogging. I'm probably just going to do an end of the month vlog at the end of January, so probably like this coming week with everything that I read since Christmas. Probably more like everything I read in January. But one of these books was the most fantastic book I've read in a very, very long time. And I can't shut up about it. I've literally told everybody who I've spoken to in the past month about it because it's amazing. I am a little bit traumatized from it. My husband is sick and tired of hearing about it because I'm constantly thinking about it now. So this book is about what happens when a state, namely California, runs out of water. And it's where they get not necessarily unattached, but the rest of the states around California stop giving them access to water. So they don't have access to their dam in Nevada. They don't have access to the Colorado River. It is insane. And if you don't know what book I am talking about by now, it is this lovely, terrifying book called Dry by Neal and Jarrod Shusterman. Neal is Jarrod's dad, and I got to see them speak at Texas Teen Book Fest. I want to say 2 years ago. It was the year that Jason Reynolds was there. Maybe 2018. It definitely wasn't 19. Hold please. It was 2018. So that was the last Texas Teen Book Fest, not the one this year because I was at ACL. Anyway, it was awesome because I got to meet them. And yes, my hair is doing something crazy. Y'all, I've been sick. And then yesterday I had a field trip with 156 graders and 45 parents. I'm not trying to look cute today. Anyway, this is a signed copy. It's also a first edition, so I'm super duper excited about it. So excited that I did not read the actual print book. I read it as an ebook. But had I known I was going to love it as much as I did, I would have. I'm actually probably going to read it again. Anyway, so what happens when California runs out of water? It's literally chaos and insanity. So they have this day where they refer to it as the tap out, and it's the day that all of the taps basically stop. Like people are trying to water their plants, they're trying to wash dishes, they're trying to take showers, they're trying to brush their teeth, literally trying to do anything involving water. And you don't think about how much we do with water in a day, including flushing the toilet, until you read it, until you start noticing it. And I swear I drank about whatever the equivalent of a gallon of my water bottle is while reading it. And I finished this book in about maybe a little less than 24 hours because I could not stop. I stayed up reading it. And then the morning of the day that I finished it, I had a hair appointment and I got up to wash my face and like get ready to go. And they were working on the water on our block, and the water in this faucet didn't turn on. I literally started crying, like just sat in the bathroom and just like cried. And I was like, oh my God, it's happening. I don't have any water. I can't fill up my water bottle. I'm going to die. Oh my God. I was a mess. But it definitely opened my eyes to how much we use water and how much we don't think about what we use water for and how much we use of it. And like, it really put into perspective, when you're brushing your teeth and you've just got water running, or when you turn on the shower to let the water get warm before you actually get in it, or how often we do laundry and how many loads we do and how much we do dishes. And when we use water for literally everything, like making coffee, putting it in food, like everything we use water for is a little bit terrifying now. Anyway, so in the book, California has a tap out and they get cut off from water. And this book is really cool because it focuses on one set of kids, and it's a family. It's a brother and a sister. Y'all know I'm terrible with names. I don't remember their names. And their neighbor. The neighbor is one of those weird kids, and like his family are doomsday preppers. So they've been getting ready for this forever. Like they've got a generator, they're off the grid, even though they're living in town. They've got like a 85-gallon water tank in their backyard. They're prepared, like they are ready for this. So when, shit goes down and the neighborhood, like they live in one of those fancy neighborhoods where everyone actually speaks to each other, and people start looking to them and they're like, they have water. We need to be their friend. But obviously the preppers are like, nah, like we know what y'all are doing and it's not our fault that y'all are dumb and you didn't get ready for this and you called us crazy, even though who's crazy now? And so in this, the brother and the sister are trying to figure out what happens, and it's crazy because the day of the tap out, they go to the Costco or Sam's or whatever the equivalent in this universe is to get water, and there's none because everyone is thinking of the same thing. So they have to find other ways of doing it. I don't want to give you spoilers because I want you to read it. And so they go home, and then something happens to what they have. And then they have to go to their neighbor. So then the parents hear on the news that people are coming in to California to bring water. And they're bringing these huge tanks that are going to allow people to fill up their gallons or whatever. And then the kids don't hear from their parents again. And they start freaking out. And so they're like, okay, we need to go find our parents, or like something. Like, we can't stay here where the neighbors are going crazy and they're about to have a war in our neighborhood because they don't have water. And like, there's a man who his wife is breastfeeding, and there's another one who has a baby. There's another one whose wife is pregnant. Like, how do you decide who gets water and who doesn't in that situation? And it is literally terrifying because your neighbor who you've known for forever, who you normally would help or would help you with anything, and suddenly you hate each other because someone has water and you don't. It really shows the way humanity reacts to something like this. And it really shows you how some people are one way until something bad happens and they're completely opposite than what you think. So they're the people who take care of other people. They're the people who bring people together and try to help. It's crazy. So while they go, the kids go to the beach to find the parents where the water was supposed to be, and they see like these communities of people who are working together. And then there's kids who are just like on their own and try and figure it out. And so the kids find out what happened to their parents. It's not great. And so they decide they are going to go to the water reservoir that the army uses so that they can find water. Because their thought is, if they're bringing in water for like the hospitals and the old people and like the people who are working on all this stuff, there has to be water somewhere. Well, then they find something that's kind of like an internment camp. And it's people who are looking for help and they're not getting it. And it becomes one of those like, do we say something? Do we help these people, or do we just keep doing our thing? And it is really terrifying that these people think they're getting help and they're not. And it's really scary. So then the kids, along the way, they find out that there's a community of people who thought they had like a well of water and it ends up being bad water. And they all get dysentery. And it's so gross, but it's so scary. So the kids, like, you know, you can only go 3 days without water, right? So the kids are now on day like 2, and they're like obviously parched, but they're like at that point where they are like dizzy and freaking out. And one of them starts hallucinating. One of them passes out, and they have to keep going. And all they can think of is, we're going to get to the water. Like, we don't have an option. We have to get there. And it's terrifying. And the ending is perfect. But it's a little bit traumatizing because the characters in the end tell you, like, in the end, some of them don't feel the same way about water as they did before. Like, the main girl at the end, she's like, I can't see water going down the drain anymore. I can't take a shower the same way because it seems so wasteful after what we've been through. But one of my favorite things about this book is that it gives you snapshots. Now, if y'all remember my vlog from like when I first started this vlog on the Illuminate series, you know how much I love it and how I love when things kind of come together and you see different sides of what is happening, but from different people and different views and different perspectives. So you get snapshots in this book You can tell it's a snapshot because it says snapshot and the text changes, about different people who are going through the tap out. So you hear about old people and how they are responding in the middle of a tap out when they get stuck driving. There's one snapshot of a lady who is a reporter, and she's reporting on it, but she's also out of water, and what she does to say she's helping. And there's another snapshot of the kid's uncle and what he's going through during the tap out and where he is. And it's just, this is one of those books I'm never going to forget, but I'm also I'm definitely going to read it again. I'm never going to forget it, but I'm also never going to be able to shut up about it because it's truly, truly terrifying. Like, you do not realize how much water we use, and you don't realize how much water we drink and how much we depend on water until you read something like this, and you are truly, truly terrified. So that is my review. Automatic 5 stars because it was fantastic. I can't shut up about it again. It's amazing. If you like dystopia, or if you don't like dystopia, this is awesome. If you need something to just scare the crap out of you, but also be amazing, like a freaking fantastic read, this is Dry, and it's amazing. Bye.